I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith, and man, what a day. But big up myself for having the energy. The reason why I say that is because after an amazing episode with Jason, I caught a cold. This week I caught a cold. I had to slow down and fix it myself to remind myself that sometimes you just need to rest. So my body did that for me. So for the folks that checked in on me or made sure I felt better, gracias. But at the same time, you guys wouldn't have known because I was MIA, right? However, oh man, okay. Trying to get this vertical thing right. However, man, what a day. It's still a couple weeks until the tax season is done. I promised myself not to rant on about tax season, so I wanted to do something totally different and all that good stuff. And I also wanted to give a shout out again to Black Moms Connection. Black Mom Connection, you guys made me choke up. I don't normally choke up when I'm on the webinars and stuff, but I actually took a moment and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really touched. So I just want to big up Black Moms Connection, all the women that were there to support and all that good stuff. You ladies are superhuman, super women, superhuman, all that good stuff. And yeah, this today I wanted to keep it short, keep it sweet, because I am tired and I'm surprised that I still have a voice because it was like a 4-hour thing. I have my matcha latte with espresso shot so I can push through. Today's day doesn't end here. I actually have a workshop tomorrow, so it's just been busy. But it's a blessing. It's a blessing. As much as I'm exhausted and stuff, I am not taking this for granted because that means it's a blessing. And I also want to, there's a couple other folks I want to give a shout out again to Buy Blacks. Oh man, okay, boom. I keep forgetting to show you guys that I was the People's Choice Award for accounting. I'm at the toot my own horn, and I'm just seeing things fruition into greatness. And not only that is there's so many things coming into play, and I don't know how I have the time and the energy, but I make it happen. And I'm just really excited of what's in store for you guys. And it's kind of in store for like taxes and kind of in store for my personal finance. So I'm excited. And I still want to continue what was going on last week. I think with the discussion with Jason, that was really excellent. Was I was able to bring that mindset and speak to it with the ladies today. And I wanted to kind of keep going on with, like, it is financial literacy month for the folks in the States. So I wanted to find something that would relate to everyone and also Canadians. So bear with me. However, let's get one thing straight. um it is not too late to buy me a coffee. I am continuously going to mention it because a sister needs coffee during this time, right? So, ooh, can I find it? Hold on. Eek. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I will be there. Darn it. I thought, oh, there it is. Boom. It's never too late to get me a coffee because, us accountants, bookkeepers, tax specialists and all, we are not okay. And I'm saying it because I'm being for real. Okay. But I do want this episode to be easy peasy and to be consistent with what's going on with the financial world. And like I said, I told myself I wouldn't rant, I wouldn't complain. I just want to provide information for you ladies and gentlemen. So give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna do a quick commercial and then we're gonna get into this, all right? Awesome.
Imagine turning financial chaos into calm. Meet Alex. Alex is a young professional buried in bills and receipts. They're overwhelmed, unsure where to start. But then, light bulb moment, Alex discovers FitnanceIQ. With just a few clicks, Alex is setting up a personalized budget thanks to FitnanceIQ's user-friendly tools. It's like having a financial coach right at their fingertips. Fast forward a few weeks, and Alex is breezing through bill payments, watching their savings grow and even planning for the future. No more stress, no more chaos, just simple steps leading to big results. Alex now shops with confidence, knowing every dollar's accounted for. FitnanceIQ didn't just help organize Alex's finances, it gave them peace of mind. Ready to take control of your finances? Visit FitnanceIQ today and start your journey to financial freedom. FitnanceIQ. Simple steps, big results.
You're watching Things I Wish I Knew About Money with Kamille Smith. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Watch commercials. Watch commercials. I love them. So I just gotta big up everyone that has helped me with commercials because Lord knows I don't do them. Right? Okay. So I decided this how are we gonna angle this? And I also have to do my poll, but darn, I should have done the poll at the moment. But okay. So despite all that, I just want to be honest with a lot of you. Most of us, we're never I shouldn't say that. I can't say most, I can say a good amount of us were never actually taught how money works, right? And this is why we all find shortcuts, all find um quick ways, cut corners and all that good stuff to help things solve our issues that we think we have. But I mean, can we honestly say that those are going to be the right ways to strive for things? It's better that, things that we were actually taught, like how not to save your money or how not to spend too much, and just like actually find ways to actually like manage, grow, and make smart financial decisions. We kind of say that I don't see how this makes sense. Like I don't know how to do it. Like no one really taught me. When ideally we were taught, not we didn't get taught in a way that was common, but we were taught like through examples, through other people's mistakes and all that stuff. So I kind of want to show you guys something that I found on Investopedia. I just wanted to keep it plain and simple. I just wanted to help you guys find out the tools that, we should have learned, or they thought they taught us, and then just be able to say that, speak that into you guys, and just be able to, so you guys know a little bit more. Like, I know you guys learned a lot last week, and again, I want to thank Jason because the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie that you guys appreciated it and loved it, right? And I definitely know I'm going to have to do clips and stuff soon, but I think I have a plan when it comes to the clips and all that great stuff. So before I get that article up, I want to do my poll, because if I don't do the poll, it's a done deal with me and you, right? So bear with me. It's this one. Boom, bam, bam. Bear with me. Ooh, let me do the poll, and then we are good. All right. Actually, I'll say the question out loud. Which money skill do you feel least confident in? Is it budgeting? I've been talking about that like all day, all last couple days, weeks. Is it saving? Is it credit? Or is it investing? And again, it's because it's financial literacy month in the States. I just wanted to keep it really plain and simple for you guys and keep it moving. So hold on, let me find it. Oh, where are you? Gosh, let me share it. Oh, there. Perfect. I'm just gonna go straight from the website just to make our lives easier. Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, I wish I could. No, because if I share my screen. Did you guys, sorry, a little side note. Did you guys know that you can, you can split screen your tabs, which is pretty awesome, right? Well, to me, it's awesome. I'm a nerd like that. It's fine. Okay, so here's some key takeaways that Investopedia wants you to know is that financial literacy is ability to understand and make use of a variety of financial skills. So, like I mentioned in the in the poll, and hopefully you guys can see the poll. There's budgeting, there's savings, there's credit, there's investing, there's business, there's estate. There's so many things that we would like to know or learn and stuff, but ideally, if we have like the basic understanding, life will be a little bit easier. Just a little bit easier. And just as like Jason and I would have said too, executing. You can know all these stuff, but if you actually don't execute on it, right? So there's different levels of financial literacy, and we're more likely to spend less income, create an emergency fund, and open up a retirement account that with lower levels. And I'm going to try to say both retirement account, because I want my Canadian folks to still understand based on the American folks. And to my other countries, I almost said islands, to my other islands, countries and stuff, I do have a episode which caters to you guys. So I think I'm gonna I'll put it in the show notes afterwards so it can cater to you. But that was actually one of my fun episodes because I was able to see all the retirement accounts for each country. Let me try to get closer to the mic, so hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clear, right? Okay, and hold on. Unless something is happening, unless there's an emergency. Hold on. Sorry, I got thrown off. I got a call. So let's hope and pray that it's not a big emergency. All right. All right. Oh man, I lost the page. Okay, boom, 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 boom. So I'm just saying word to word what I see. Oh, I want this to be shown. If you know that the earlier you learn the basic of money works, the more likely you will be confident and successful in your finances later in life, and never too late to start learning. But it pays to start the earliest you can. The first steps into the world of money starts with awareness and about the need to educate. That is very true. And knowing like good habits and education. And as I usually do, I don't like sharing the screen. I like I'm just gonna basically post it up in the banner and then rock with you guys, because sometimes I like looking at you guys, or like looking at myself, or seeing that you guys are there. So don't mind me. So I'm actually going to split the screen with it, since I learned how to do that, which is pretty dope. Okay. Eesh. All right. So financial literacy. If you don't know what financial literacy is, that is a-okay, because we're here to learn. I'm bringing it back to the basics. Okay. So I'm just gonna put it in the banner first before I digress. Oh yeah, and save a. I know there's a couple that have everything I need. Ooh, perfect. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I want to get rid of those, but later in life we will regret that, but it's okay. So what is financial literacy? Basically, like I mentioned earlier, financial literacy is ability to understand and make use of a variety of financial skills. So whether it's personal finance, management, budgeting, and investing, those are just, 3 factors that come into play. And then you are able to learn. Sorry, I forgot. The mic is here. There's other factors that you want to think about, like time value of money, also compound interest, managing debt, and financial planning. So these are the factors that come into play with financial literacy. And once you have an idea of these things, you'll be able to have better choices in your decision making when it comes to your financial decisions, or even your habits as well. And we mentioned earlier, your habits are kind of what makes and break you, right? So basically, if you're able to achieve financial literacy, you'll be able to avoid making poor financial decisions. And I don't want to say the word poor because I feel like it's a icky word, but you're able to analyze certain things and also analyze your behavior as well, and then be able to say, you know what, this choice seems a little bit better. And we have to remember our behavior with certain things, that when it comes to our needs and wants, that regardless of the knowledge that you have or how smart you are and things, and that could be street smarts, book smarts, and all that great stuff, but we also want to make sure that we still make ideal decisions that will, when you think of it long term, that was the best option for you, right? Trying to be, I guess the word is, I'm trying to be politically correct, like I'm always trying to, and not be a jackass for the most part. But I feel like when it comes to financial literacy, once you're able to realize everything that's happening in your life, you'll be able to have a better understanding on what to factor in, or what to decide with your financial things. So that's either creating a budget, tracking your spending, paying off debt, or planning for retirement. Listen, as Jason said, my number of 5 million is way too high, but I'm okay because that means I'll be able to bring joy and happiness to others when that time comes, right? What else? Mm, Guys, I love matcha latte. This is actually I don't actually know why I didn't like it from the jump, right? But bear with me. And then also with financial literacy, when you're able to know how money works and you'll be able to know how to navigate the financial goals that you want. Oh, wow, Zers. Life just gets easier. Especially when you have things thrown at you, you're just like, meh, I can deal with this. I can rock with this, right? Um, like example, if I hadn't invested when I did, even though I should have invested earlier, fine, fine. I'm okay. I'm not going to eat the pearls while I'm doing the podcast. I'm sorry. I apologize. But if I had invested earlier, ma'am, ooh, life would be sweet up, you know? But at the same time, life is still sweet. It's just I know that I have more, me personally, I have stricter rules that I want to do and I want to accomplish. So I'm okay with where I am, but like me understanding how money works and investing and stuff. Oh, I'm definitely gonna be putting in more money and stuff, right? And that's okay if that's not what stage you're at. As if you're at the beginning stage, you're still learning. It's okay, right? It's just my expectations for myself would be different from you. But like again, like when we sit down and talk and you want to talk about your financial literacy or how you want to learn some more, I can totally rock with you guys and ladies or gentlemen and be able to sit down where you're at the moment and then have a plan for you. Because at the same time, when I'm listening to your story and dealing with your circumstances, it's going to be totally different from mine. And I'm not going to like push. Thank you. Don't know what this means. I think this is Japanese. But thank you. Shucks. What's the word? What's the word? I almost spoke in Korean. I don't know how to say. Is it konnichiwa in Japanese? And if it's not, I apologize because I'm only thinking in Korean right now to answer the to reply to this. So yeah, so like the importance of financial literacy, and I know there's going to be some people that are like, oh well, there's not everything that matters in the world. Kind of. I mean, the simple thing as in just the other day, I taught someone how to register their CRA account. That's fine. That's part of financial literacy, right? Or having the ability to open up a savings account or retirement account. That's part of financial literacy. And there's a lot of people that don't know how to do. I know in the States, y'all don't have bank accounts. To me, that's wild. But who am I to judge, right? Um, I just think knowing how to open a bank account is ideal. But that is part of financial literacy, right? So it is important to know these things. And I will mention some basic finance, um, golly, personal finance basics. And I just wanted to I feel like I should just do one of these one-on-ones ever so often. So like the basic one is just knowing your individual financial decision making. Like have an understanding of it. Sorry. How does this relate with financial literacy? Is um how do you manage your money? Or who manages your money for you? Whether it's your day-to-day, your investments and all that stuff. Which savings and investing vehicles are you using? So are you using a personal checking account? Are you using a business checking account? And this is very important for the self-employed folks especially. Do you have a savings account? Do you have a 401k? Do you have a Roth IRA? Depending on how much income you make. And for my Canadians, do you have your high interest savings account, or do you have your TFSA or your RSP? Are you working somewhere and realizing that you're not doing the pension matching? Look at me. Look at me. Come here. Come closer. Come close. If your employer has a registered pension plan, join it. Join it, please. Right? I hope and pray that you guys, most of you, anyone that has that, please, please, right? Also, yeah, like what kind of vehicles are you using when it comes to your savings? Like, do you actually have a savings? Do you have non-registered? Do you have registered? We need to know these things, right? Another thing with your personal finances, the basics is how are you meeting your financial goals? Whether do you want a home? Do you want to own a home? Do you want to do what is it? Rent to own? Do you want to help other members of your family? Do you want to live together with your family? Do you want to have a roommate? Do you want to just couch surf? Those type of things, right? Do you want to save for your children's college education? Do you want to go back to school? So do you want to use some of your I'll say your 401k? I hope someone in the States can correct me. Do you want to pull out some of your money for education, or pull out some money for a home? Do you want to do those type of things? What supports cause? What donations do you want to do? Support causes that you care about. I actually saw, the one thing I like about doing taxes is I'm able to see all the different charities that are going on. Shucks, I didn't know there was one for asthma. Obviously I knew the ones like Heart and Stroke, Canada Cancer Society, World Vision, all those. I was able to know those, but I'm actually learning more. There was one charity I said they need to change their name. You cannot have family and friends as a charity. That's actually wild to me, because good old CRA or IRS, imagine. Right? So these are the type of things that you want to think. Are you planning your retirement? Do you want to retire when you're 40? I should say 45. Do you want to retire when you're 40? Do you want to retire when you're 50, 55, so on and so forth, right? These are important things to know. Or there's other topics that comes into personal finance when it comes to banking, budgeting, handling debt, credit, and investing. So, like, if you want to hear these basic things about this, we can definitely sit down and talk about this, or I can have an episode. Just let me know. Put it in the chat, put it in the comments, and I'll be able to let you know, right? What's another thing? Ooh, there's 5 steps. Here's 5 steps that can help make you start strong. And I would love, mostly, like, I'm not dogging the older folks or millennials, Gen X, baby boomers, and all that good stuff. But I would hope and pray that the Gen Zs, the alphas, maybe they're not there yet, but they're able to hear this loud and clear, or even to us millennials or Gen X talking to our Gen Zs and I almost said call them baby boomers and alpha, talking to them about these things is opening up a checking account. First, open up a checking account to manage your day-to-day spending. and bill payments. Boom, bam, bam. And then set up a direct deposit for your income, flowing in, not mostly flowing out. Starting an emergency fund. Like I said, I always strive to first have increments, like have a goal of like 500 to 1,000, and then work your way up to 3 to 6 months expenses, maybe even 6 to 9, because the world is wild. I'll say it that much, right? Also double check your credit. Your credit's important to know. Your credit's important to know. And it sucks that not that it sucks that it's important to know, but like again, I always remembered back in the day where my parents would, like, when they came to from Jamaica to here, and I remember, like, you'd see or you hear like other family members, they would be going back to Jamaica or back home, wherever you are from, and they'd just be building their house from the bottom up, each and every time, not using credit or anything, just saving and putting that together. I wish it was back to them days where we didn't have to resort or depend so much on credit. But as long as you're using credit to leverage yourself more so than being a consumer, then we're okay, right? So just double check your credit or look at your bank statements or credit statements, because these mofos love to direct us in the wrong way or take money when they think we're not listening or not listening, reading, right? So double check that. And like I mentioned before, contribute to your 401k up to the employer match or our RPP for us Canadians. Do not leave that money on the table. Don't leave it. And this is a different one. I can't speak for the Americans, but the RESP for the kids, for their schooling, 2,500 a year into their RESP, 20% more goes into that because of the government. That's free money. If y'all don't like free money, I don't know what to tell you. Golly Bob. And then another thing, and this is introduction to bank accounts. Ooh, I have done this episode. Obviously I haven't done it for good old Americanos, but I will just try to keep it as simple as possible. Bank account is typically the first financial account that you'll open. Bank accounts can hold and build the money you will need for a major purchase and life events. Boom, bam, bam. I'm still surprised that there's many that don't have bank accounts, because I remember working somewhere where they were like, "Yeah, I don't have a bank account. I just cash my check at a payday loan." And I'm like, "What?" And it just, I don't know, it always shocked me. So to my American folks, please enlighten me. Why is that most of you guys don't have bank accounts, right? um Whoa, well, 6% of households in the States still don't have one, right? um why is it so important? Oh yeah, assets held in a bank are harder to steal and in state. I mean, kind of, sort of. I know there's like grand theft robberies happening, but obviously you're insured and stuff. Like, well, at least here, your 100,000 of your money is insured. So if anything was to happen, oh yeah, see, the states have the same thing. The states have the same thing. So having a bank account, you'll be able to use like a debit or credit card. You can use payment apps like Vimo, PayPal. You guys, what? You have Cash App. Yeah. Another one is Cash App, Zelle, however you want to say it. Right? And then you're able to write checks I know the old school folks like to do that. Us new folks like to use ATM or, bank app altogether. Um, with financial and like with a bank account, you can buy or rent a home, receive your paycheck from your employer, and earn interest on your money. Or better yet, you can invest. But I know there's like a lot of apps and stuff. And another thing from this article is online versus brick and mortar. I know there's a lot of us millennials or younger don't like going into the bank, so they rather just do the app or the online. I'm on the fence. I probably lying because I can't remember the last time I went to the I can't remember the last time I went to a bank teller. I think the last time I went to a bank teller was last year, December. And that's because I had to. Um, but ideally, I don't normally see a bank teller. I just usually do everything online and stuff. Um, it depends. It depends. And right now the banks are pissing me off. I think it's just the amount of stories I have. I literally have stories for days now that I can't. Oh my gosh, it just annoys me. But I actually learned something new from someone that works at the bank. Not saying that they're a bank teller, but I actually didn't know this, and I don't know why I didn't know this. So there's, and I'll tell you guys this. You be able to learn something new. You learn something new every day, right? So there's a stress test. So I normally heard stress test as knowing someone's stress test when it comes to a mortgage, but I actually didn't know that was a stress test when it came for or comes to folks and their portfolio or their let me say markets, because I heard markets stress test and I was I was shocked and appalled. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never heard about this. um I can't wait to learn a bit more. So I'm definitely gonna do some research. I'm gonna say during the week because I still got things to do. So yeah, when it comes to online or brick and mortars, there's usually the retail banks, the most common ones, where it's a regular bank or credit union. They still hold their purposes and stuff. So like let me know whether you like retail banks or credit unions, because both have their beneficial and then they're both beneficial, or their pros and cons when it comes to them. Um let's see, what type of accounts can I open? So for the states, I'm only gonna go based on what it's saying here, and I'm gonna try to relate it with us Canadians. Okay, so what type of bank accounts can I open? You have a savings account, right? You have a checkings account, and these are common. And you have a high yield savings account that you can open, and those are. Should I slow down? Should I mention it? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like, a regular savings account, you can have short-term needs. So this cash is available and it's kind of ideal for building an emergency fund or a short-term goal, whether it's buying a car, going on vacation. If I don't go on a vacation anytime soon, oh, I'm gonna go mad. And I'm just saying it out loud because golly Bob, right? Or just having extra cash on anywhere. A checking account's purpose is like day-to-day expenses, um whether it's paying your bills and all that stuff. And it is a liquid type of account, so that money should be available at all times, and you're able to write checks and everything off of that or eat. I I need to. This is the question I need to ask for my Americanos. Why do you guys not have e-transfers yet? Hmm. Tell me, why don't you guys have e-transfers? Like it's. I know you guys have um Cash App and stuff. Yo, fam, get e-transfers finally. Golly. Or I guess there's PayPal. And this this is me talking like it's kind of trickier or harder for me to have a American client if we can't e-transfer. The only option is PayPal. And PayPal does a fee. So, or people like outside of the North America. But I'm not complaining. Fine. If you want to use PayPal, great. But that's just me. I just like to complain for the sake of complaining. And there's high yield savings account. I mentioned that it's kind of similar to a savings account, but a better interest rate. Instead of having 0.000000, it's like 1% or 2%, whatever, right? Another thing that we want to think about when it comes to financial literacy is emergency fund. I can't stress enough how important emergency fund is, because ideally if you don't have an emergency fund and shit hits the fan, golly Bob, I pray for you. And I've been in circumstances where I felt like shit was gonna hit the fan, but I had to use it. I had to use my good old emergency fund, however way it was, right? And I can't express how scary it is for Americans when it comes to medical bills. That is like one of the reasons why you guys go bankrupt. I can't explain how scary that is. Like, thank God being here. Thank heavens, like honestly, because I just life is lifing enough. Golly, at least, sorry. I'm just thinking out loud, but it's very important to have an emergency fund, right? And I know some people are like, well, my emergency fund, I don't want to use my emergency fund. I'd rather use a credit card. You know what? Who am I to debate about that? I just know which one has interest and which one doesn't add interest, right? So if you want to use it, but it's up to you. But ideally, emergency funds is essentially for financial hardships, so job loss, medical bills, car repayment. And trust me, I've had many car repairs and stuff, right? So I would say separate this from your other savings, for your emergency fund, because you don't want to also, like, there is a time where you can have them fluid in with each other, but you don't want to get confused with what the purpose is for that emergency funds or savings and stuff, right? Introduction to credit cards. Okay, I did say it was gonna be I lied. I don't know how to be quick. Slow burner, slow and steady wins the race. With credit cards, um, how to explain a credit card ideally? This is just money that is not yours, basically, that you're gonna either leverage or you're going to spend on certain things, right? Um, you're borrowing money from a credit card user and you're gonna pay it back over time. It's the same concept as a loan. Like whether you have student loan, OSAP, car loan, it's the same concept, right? With the credit card. And each and every month that you actually don't pay the money back in full, you'll be charged an interest on your remaining balance. And golly, I was gonna say something wild. When it comes to interest on your credit card, it's the wildest interest rate. Um, mm, Other than payday loan, credit card loan is or credit cards are interest is wild. So beware. And what's the difference between a credit and debit card? Only is the debit card takes money directly out of your checkings account and you can't borrow the money. from your debit card, while the credit card you're allowed to borrow money and you do not pull cash out from your bank account. But essentially, if you do not fulfill paying back this, you're gonna be owing back interest. And let me tell you this. Q3, so 2025, third quarter, Americans owed 1.23 trillion in credit card debt. Golly. Shit. Let me see what the same concept is with Canadians. Let me see. Compare. Oh man, I want it from Google. Compared to 1.23 trillion. Wait. Compared to Americans owing 1.23 trillion. Yikes, I can't spell it. In credit card debt. What is it for Canadians? Let's see. Oh, okay, so we're not that bad, but we're not that great. While Americans owe over 1.23 trillion in total credit card debt, total outstanding credit card debt in Canada reaches approximately 124 billion. By the end of This is by the end of 2024, but okay, I guess the numbers are kind of the same. That's yikes. Oh my god. Wow. The average credit card balance for Canadian consumers was $4,600 dollars in the early 2026. Shit. Okay, so it's saying 2.6 trillion in fourth quarter of, and this is including mortgages. That doesn't count. And around 52% of Canadians with credit card debt report paying only slightly more than minimum payments. So we know what happens when we use credit cards. And I think this is why it's important to have this financial literacy to understand credit. But that's a lot. Golly. And APR. So APR is relatable with credit cards. So it stands for annual percentage rate. And this is just the amount of interest that you'll owe the credit card user on any unpaid balance. Pay attention to that, because that one's it's really bad. And you're more likely, so a credit card, if you have bad debt or if you don't have any credit, you're most likely going to have a secured credit card or a subprime credit card. So it is important to be wary about your credit. And when you have some fair to good credit scores, you're able to use like different types of things. So like travel reward cards, those are goody gumdrops. Balance transfer cards, we're able to transfer the balance and then try to pay it off. The deal is, I feel like the deal is, if you have the discipline to pay it off, that's the reason why you're doing the balance transfer, and you're going to pay that off all at once, right? Or the low or no APR cards, those are highly unlikely unless you're really good with your thing. Hold on, who's this? Comments, greetings, big up. I almost said your real name. Frequency event promotions. Big up yourself, sir. Big up yourself. Hopefully to see you tomorrow. You know why. I am tired but swell. Thank you for asking. Hopefully I'll be able to see you. I'm excited for what I'm getting tomorrow. But yeah. So I think, sorry, why did I do it like that? Guys, don't mind me. Okay, so then the important one. So we talked about credit, we talked about bank accounts. So now it's kind of important to, have an understanding of your budget. And also, before you do leave, please, there's a poll. So look at the poll, select the poll. I don't know if it's for both, because remember, guys, if you're seeing me two different ways, it's okay. So some of you guys see me close up, some of you guys see me a little bit far away. I have the vertical and landscape going on at the same time. So I try to rock with both of them. We see how it goes as it goes. Right? And how to create a budget. Yay! Thank you. Have a good evening. See you tomorrow. So, how to create a budget. It's man, I don't know if I like this budget that everyone always strives for, right? Like spending 50% of your needs, 20% on savings, and 30% on wants. Why can't we do the other way around? As in 50% on needs, of course, obviously, 20% on wants, and then 30% on savings. Because I think at the end of the day, the more we save, the more we can cherish our life in the future, right? That's just my opinion. As Jason said before, let it work with how it works for you. And I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I just find that some people are considering, I feel like some people's wants are hindering them overall. And I'll just say, look at the retired folks going back to work and see if that's what they did, right? That's always something that I look at to see whether is it worth doing 30% wants and 20% savings, when at the end of the day now you're doing something that you don't really want to do. If it's something, a hobby that you love to do, by all means, cool. I'll rock with it. I love it. I love it for you. But that's just my stance. And I was supposed to sing a 50 Cent song, but I don't like 50 Cent, so I'm a digress. So, as I was mentioning today, because I was talking about budgeting, how to create a budget, money coming in, list all the sources of money that you have. There are different types of income streams. I would hope that many of us are striving to have more than one income stream, because guess what, once you only have one and you get mashed up, you're effed. But when you have like two or three income streams, you're a little bit better. And I'll try to remember them. So there's employment, right? Or business. I think they're the same, because you're using your time for money, right? There is selling items. There is through investments, where it comes to capital gains or dividends. Mwah! I love dividends income. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, yesterday, mind you, I have to buff up my investments again, but it just brings me joy when I get an email and it says, hey Cam, obviously it's Kamille, but hey Cam, here's your new deposit summary. Here is some new dividends or cash deposits to one of more of your accounts. Oh, ooh, wee. So I definitely looking at these and know that I have to fill into these. Oof. Pour into these more. I think this year I'm going to not only enjoy life, since I'm going into a new chapter. And when I say chapter, milestone, I feel like I need to come correct in things in my come correct way, right? Oh my gosh, sorry, almost up. I almost went on a tangent. So capital gains, dividends income, there's rental income. Ooh, can I open up my thingy? Oh yes, I can. Rental income, interest income. I almost forgot it. And then like money from the government is let me tell you this. I think have I talked about the alimony yet? You know what? No. I can't talk about it yet because I kind of want to find a solution. I don't think there is a big solution, but oh my gosh. OMG, when I looked at alimony income, I was like, wait, what? This is like a business expense or no, business income, and you have no expenses to write it off. So you're screwed. Golly. Hello, Vinny on cam. Oh, I did. Oh my gosh. Thank you for showing up because I know you're taking a nap. Whoa. I may never say I add alimony. Remember, I do taxes. I never said I have alimony. I said I was sorry. Okay, you know what? Let me rephrase my sentence. I've been introduced to many circumstances or scenarios in the last 2 months. 2 months. I've had so many scenarios that man, I can write a book. I'm a dork. However, yes, I've dealt with so many scenarios and stuff. I literally see like 10 to 20 people a day. It's bonkers. Um but yeah, just knowing that. Sorry, I almost went on a rampage again. Jeez. Yes. Yeah, I like the different scenarios. It's just some of them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you only knew how Monday was for me. Oh. And you know what? I think when it comes to me is my patience. I'm actually my patience needs to be studied. Straight up. My patience needs to be studied because the more aggravated I get, the more patient I have to be. So I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Patience, right? So I'm big up myself for being so patient because y'all don't even know. But you know, these type of income streams that I'm mentioning affects your taxes as well. So it's kind of ideal that I know these type of things because I always factor it in no matter what, right? I said government and government benefits as well because they're taxable income. Many didn't know that. But I love to educate, right? So these are the type of income because I was talking about balance a budget. There's another one. I feel like there's another one I'm missing. Eek. Nope, I think I have them all. I said job, business, interest, selling, capital gains, dividends income, rental income. Ooh, and I guess royalties. And it's so funny. Someone mentioned something about royalties and they named it so incorrect that it actually bothered me. I'm not gonna mention it because it was quite silly, but child support is not tax ooh sorry child support is not tax deductible or not taxable income. So like whoever gets the child support, so whoever receives the child support, nothing happens to them. Whoever gives the child support, nothing happens for them either. It's just CRA being false. It's when the alimony comes into play. That's when CRA treats it like tax deductible or taxable income. I see Max wants to talk. Ooh, Minnie and Cam, I think we need to do an episode like this. Whether I come onto your show or you come onto my show about wait, whoa, wait. ODSP sees child support as income. Really? Oh, I'm gonna message me offline. We have to have a discussion about this because that's really interesting. What? I have some words about ODSP, but I digress. I'm not chat about it right now. But okay, so when it comes to creating a budget, so your income. So I told you different type of streams of income, and then being able to know the expenses. Obviously, well, not obvious. Sorry. For the folks that have a business, some of these expenses are very critical to know or critical to have or critical to prove when you have it, because then it's going to be tax deductible when it comes to a business, right? But other expenses, like if you're doing your personal budget, knowing your expenses is really important because you're able to know what your fixed expenses are. So basically every month you know this amount is going to be that. Boom, 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 no matter what, right? So I call that like your mortgage, your rent, your phone bill, unless you run it up if you're roaming and stuff, or you have your variable costs where it just fluctuates like a roller coaster, and ideally that's sorry, my dog. That's essentially like gas. The way gas is going up and down, golly. So you don't know when that's gonna be, what amount's gonna be, right? Then we have discretionary spending, like non essential spending, or just things that you like, whether it's restaurants, Uber Eats, Instacart, and all that stuff. And just thinking about your needs and wants when it comes to that, or vices. Um, what is this? Yes, you're on my neck. Yay! Bloop, 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 bloop. Brr, 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 brr. Oh, then you gotta message me about that if that's the case. I mean, I'll have the energy. It's just you gotta tell me in advance, right? It's okay. It's okay. It is what it is. Merp. And we're back. Um, what was I saying? Creative budget. Bloop, 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 bloop. I don't know what happened. So, savings. So savings is part of your budget as well. Because ideally, savings is going to be technically an expense in your savings, in your budget. Okay, so be mindful about that. Whether it's in your Roth, IRA, 401k, or RSP and TFSA. And then the last but not least, and this is my ultimate favorite one. I could talk about this for days. I might have to edit this. Actually, I am gonna edit this. So anyone that's seen I gotta edit this one. This is the only one I'll edit because yeah. How to start investing. Mm, this many on cam. Exactly. Every dollar has a job, investing and saving. Boom bam bam. Right? I think no, I know it is easier now than before to invest than ever. I remember the days when I was reading the newspaper, looking at how I'm like, dang, so how am I supposed to know how much to buy this for if like the next day I see the newspaper, it's gonna be a different price. Listen, now we can look from the 9:30. My phone is just showing like all the things. Like I can go on Yahoo Finance, I can go on Google Finance, I can go on um Trading View. I can go on all these things to take a look at investing, right? And yes, I understand the more you indulge in this, the more overwhelming it gets. But you'll start off slow. I literally start off slow, but at the same time, this was something that interested me a lot. And it's actually wild to me how I was able to remember that I really liked this stuff, even like high school and university, right? So I know I get it, like when it comes to someone that doesn't give a shit about personal finance, it's gonna be not as easy for them to indulge in. But you indulge in money, you like money, you want to learn about this, right? So let's just say the stock market, it's whether it's the S&P 500, the Toronto Exchange, the language. You be swearing? Is that what you're saying? Language? Minion can stop this because you know. Nasdaq and all that good stuff. Those stock exchange, or even if you want to talk about like Japanese stock exchange, Korean stock big up my Korean people. Should I invest in y'all before or London? All these things, all these countries have their own stock exchange. It's just that we talk about the states the most. And man, I want to live somewhere else because eventually I'd want to live somewhere else. In which time zone would I want to be in, and would I suffer more if I was in that time zone when the S&P and Nasdaq opens? I feel like the only great place ideally would be like Thailand. Like it's the same thing. Yep, I got India in my mutual fund. Oh, I heard about India. We gotta talk. I'm going to ask you some questions after, so be prepared for a message. But sorry, as I digress. How to start investing? If you don't know anything about investing, I would say the easiest one to be able to learn is an ETF or a mutual fund. If you want to say mutual fund, fine. I personally think a mutual fund is equivalent to an ETF. It's just newer school, and you're paying less fees, right? So I'm all team ETF, right? An ETF is exchange traded funds, okay? And then there's more elite, then there's stocks, and there's corporate bonds, and there's derivatives, there's commodities and currencies and bonds. I don't want you to look at that shite until you're able to understand ETFs and a little bit of stocks. I did not jump from ETFs straight to future trading. I did not. I had to learn little by little about those things. But again, these are the things that interest me a lot. So the minute I hear trading and stuff, I perk up and I get excited, right? So I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to learn the basics. So we were talking about the basics before anything, right? So, and just, I think the best thing to do when it comes to learning about investing is what is inside your household that you've purchased in the last 3 months that you can Google and search for their stock on Google Finance or Yahoo Finance. That's your first bet. Research or read some things or watch some shows. Like, I mean, you're already here. You might as well just watch a couple more episodes, right? Also, yes, it's like mini on cam. It didn't click. I do ETFs and mutual funds. I dollar cost average and check on it every 6 months to a year. Make sure it's doing its job. Exactly. Sometimes you gotta get out of my portfolio. You're whack. But if it's too whack, just wait for a little bit. You know, it's like a toxic relationship. You have to wait a little bit before you can like get rid of it, right? Because I should have a funny episode like that to relate with. Oh, how do I invest? So you can buy stocks. You need to use a broker. This is oh yes, a broker, or you can use a digital platform. I know in the States they have so many. Shucks, I almost Webull, Robinhood, Fidelity. What else? Vanguard. Those are a couple that I can remember from the States. And then in us Canadians, we can. I'll just first go with what I like. Questrade, TD, RBC, Simple, Interactive Brokers. I think Interactive Brokers is for Americanos as well. That's for the big league folks. That I can, jump in, and I practically can. This is I gotta control my my greed. So I've been chilling. What else? I think there's another one, but I can't remember from Canadian stand up. Can't remember at the moment. Or you get a full service broker, RBC, and them type of things. Who those are the people that manage your investments and provide advice for a fee. I feel like that's essential for folks that don't have time to worry about it. However, if you do have a full service broker, please just double check what they're doing throughout the year. My gosh, the amount of I almost went on a rant because I had to deal with 100 T5008 slips, and that is basically me looking at each and every slip that your broker did like transactions. So that's like security trends. I hope you buck your toe on the wall for the ones that did 100 transactions for individuals and their fees were skyrocket. Buck your pinky toe on the edge of a wall. Okay? Sorry. Sometimes I rant. And then you have online discount brokers, or you also have robo advisors, or do it yourself. Sometimes it's good to do a little bit of both, so you at least know why they're doing this and things. Ooh, and the last, I promise this is the last part. I kind of dabbled in this already after I went on a. If you know me, I go for rants. This is the safe place other than friends where I can actually rant on and bitch and complain. If I can't do it on my platform, where else can I do it? Okay. What should I invest in? I kind of dabbled into this, but I'll do it really quick. First things first, there's no right answer for everyone. Everyone's situation is going to be different. It depends on your goals. It depends how much you're willing to risk, and it depends on how quick you need the money, or how not quick you need the money, sorry. It depends on your goals. Like, is it short, mid, long term, or how accessible you need the money, right? So it all depends on that, and your knowledge as well, right? So like I said before, stocks, boom bam bam, as a share or equity. So you're part owner of a company. Ooh wee. So they're giving you equity and or dividends. I like the and dividends. You want more money from the company you invested in, and you actually have a chance to vote. You know how many times I get these dang letters and I never go? And the one time where I should have went was with POU, my Paramount Resources, my bay, in my investment bay. AMD, don't worry, I still love you too, boo. Where I would have known what was happening with the stocks. All of a sudden I got one dividends, like $1 to every share I had with dividends. I was like, whoa, what's this? Trust me, I was happy. Boom. But yeah, go to those thingies. Oh, I got scared because my other computer went off. Eek. Um, Price of the stock fluctuates throughout the day and week, month, year. We all see that. If instead of getting scared about what happened in that day, I want you to zoom out to from a day to 5 days to a month to a year, 5 years, so on, so forth. All you'll understand what projection that stock is going to go. So if you see it going like so, like the S&P 500, rock with it. Just do the dollar cost average like Minnie on Cam was mentioning. Just keep adding to it. Trust me, I wish I did with POU. I was scared a little bit when I was like, oh my God, it's going up. Oh, it's going down. I'll just keep it. Just do dollar cost average. You'll thank me later. And especially for the folks that are Gen X, Gen Zs or Alpha, you will thank me later when you listen to me. As someone going into their new chapter. Trust me. Start now. The fuck? Start now. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to curse because there could be kids around. My bad. But start now because you never know. Instead of waiting till your 30s, 40s, and having to add more into your funds, you can start now and see that money grow to a number you'll never see in your life. Well, that you thought you would never see. ETFs, as I mentioned, exchange traded funds consists of a collection of securities such as stocks. It tracks like the index, mutual funds, type of investment consisting of portfolio of stocks, bonds, or other securities. Mutual funds give small or individual investors access to diversified, professionally managed portfolios at a low price, not lower than ETFs. Let's not get it twisted, but I'm not going to butcher it anymore. Bonds are issued by companies, states, governments. I can't say that word. To finance projects and operations. So an investor buys a bond, they're effectively lending their money to their bond user, which they're promised a repayment plus interest. Interest. This is where the bond coupon rate. That was something I learned in Fin 300 or Fin. Was it 400? I wonder if it's that for every university and stuff, but I digress. And that's actually like a fixed income instrument. And another fixed income instrument is preferred shares. I feel like that's treated like a dividend stock. It's not showing it here per se, but it is another type of fixed income. And that's something I learned like 2-3 years ago about preferred shares. And I was like, dang, I should just get this. And it's kind of, I'll say it like this, and I'm not explaining it correctly, but just hear me out. Preferred share is similar to a share that's actually a higher amount, but the preferred share is a percentage of that amount, and you get dividends. I like it. Once I realize what a preferred share and how it's beneficial, sign me up. Are banks safe? In the States, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation at least holds up to 250,000. That's more than here. Ours is 100,000. What the heck? Is it safe to invest in the stock market? There's a risk. I'm doing it short form. There's a risk, like anything. Depending on which stock you get, you can lose it all. Enron. Oh, I met someone that big up him because I actually love hearing stories. I like hearing stories from folks, right? And he said that he got out of it just before, not because of inside trading. It just so happened that he was like, I'm out. I don't know about this company, and got out just before the crash. Whoo-wee. Bless his heart. And And I guess the safest investments, so they're saying the safest investments is U.S. Treasury securities, including bonds, bills, and notes. And they're backed up by the U.S. government. Of course, it would be safe because they want more money from us. So the same concept would be Canadiana. So yeah, bottom line, navigate. I'm chatting too much. My voice is going to be gone just now, and I need it to be here for tomorrow because I have another thing. So navigating the world of personal finance can be complex. It can be. I understand. Remember, this is 9 years of me being in the game, and I'm still learning things overall. But the point of this episode, this podcast, and everything is I'm trying to make it fun for you guys to learn this stuff, right? And if you find it fun, cool. If you don't, cool too. But eventually, you'll call me, right? I just want you guys to know different types of aspects of personal finance because it is complex because there's different layers. But if you're able to have a little bit knowledge of it, you'll be able to make better decisions. And I find big up in Investopedia because I like Investopedia and all that good stuff. Let me see if I can split this without a problem. Right, I like Investopedia. Even though it's American based, I still get to learn stuff, and I strive to teach you guys too. So, I mean, make sure you like, comment, oh my gosh, subscribe, and hey, things I wish I knew about money. Ooh, and before I leave, there's two things I want to say. Buy me a coffee. But on the reals, other than buy me a coffee, contact me at info@FitnanceIQ or book an appointment with me, whether you want to help with having a better understanding on certain things that we spoke about today. Also, guys, y'all ain't serious. No one is chatting about this. I told you I won an iPad and I'm selling it. An iPad. So holler at me. You can even holler at that to get this iPad. I'm selling it. I'm not giving it away. And the only reason why I'm not using it, if you guys know, I'm anti-Apple. The only Apple I love is the fruit. Speaking of fruits, these AI fruits going on Instagram, wild. But let me not go off track. But again, I'm literally giving you guys this knowledge or expressing it, sharing it with you guys because I want you guys to learn. I want you guys in 5 years down the road when we're getting into 2030 at least. That's like I know it's less than 5 years. We're able to know a little thing or two because we're not spring chickens, right? We're not spring chickens. So for this not so spring chickens, continue to learn, holler at me. I'll be able to help you, guide you, help you become financially fit. What is this? We could talk about that. Selling. Old bird. Don't call me no bird. I'm joking. Let me shut up. Anyways, guys, make sure you like, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. If you haven't got your taxes done yet, holler at me. I do have it's in the show notes. Click the questionnaire. I promise it's only 2 to 4 minutes, depending on how you do it. Okay? So much love. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you do the poll. And till next time, I got something in store for y'all. I'm really excited. All right? Peace and love. Much love.
I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution of time. wanna be free. I just wanna be